Hi, my name is Jason Soares. This is the Milkman, and welcome to DaBestBulls Ranch. Today we're going to go over pregnancy complications, reasons why the female doesn't take. We're going to go over puppies. We're going to go over our breedings. We're going to go over our facility build out, why we're doing what we're doing, and how it's making the dogs have the safest, cleanest, happiest environment possible. And then we're going to go over a lot more as well. So make sure you stay tuned. Hi, my name is Jason Soares, and welcome to DaBestBulls Ranch. Before I go into our next litter that we are dropping, I want to go over dog pregnancies and complications and things that happen over there. So we have reabsorbing, we have premature, we have premature birth or C-section and things like that. So, and that's why dog breeding is so hard, especially with bulldogs. There's so many things that can happen. So one, you can breed your female and they cannot take, period. Now, you ask me, why does my dog not take? Why did my female not get pregnant from the male? There's so many reasons. Just like how humans, you have a super healthy male, super healthy female, everything was perfect. And that's why, if you look it up on Google, this average length it takes for a healthy couple to have a baby is 4 months. And you think they didn't do it right the first 3 times? No, it just doesn't always work. So with dogs, same thing. You might do everything perfect and it might not work. You also have improper things. For example, the female might not have been ready, okay? You might have progesterone tested her and she showed a 7 on the IDEX, so you bred 2 days later and maybe she didn't have the statistical normality with it where she would go up to a 12 and you didn't retest and you didn't know she was a 12 or 13. So now progesterone wise, she wasn't ready. Or maybe she was at 12 and you bred and she froze, went back down to 7 and then spiked 6 days later. So that's why it's so important to progesterone test the day you breed to make sure she's going, and then you breed after that. You progesterone test after. A lot of progesterone testing is done, and it's very expensive to make sure you're perfect. Or you can go off the statistics that when you see an 8, breed 2 days later, and you might be good. So the female could not be ovulating properly. The female could have could be sick, and then that could cause her not to drop eggs. She could have a UTI, all kinds of things. The insemination could have been done wrong. The stick could have been put in wrong if you did an AI. If you did a surgical, could have been done wrong. You didn't spin the semen sample down, and now you're putting in a bunch of extender. You didn't warm it up properly, and you killed the semen, or your vet didn't know what they were doing. They put it in the wrong way. The TCI was wrong, so if you did TCI, so that could be wrong. It also could be that you got bad semen. The semen's not good. There's so many things. Now let's say, now we got the female to take. All those things came together, it worked out great. You have a female that's pregnant. Now she can get sick, and their body natural defense, if they're sick and they need all their power to be healthy again, is to reject what they have going on, which is the babies being formed, which takes a lot of energy. So they'll reject all the puppies. They'll have an early birth. All the puppies will be dead. And if the puppy's gestation period is, what I say, it's 58 to 63 days. If it's before then, a little bit before 58 days, if you have them at day 55, most likely all the puppies will not have lungs, be underdeveloped, and they will die. So the mom could get sick and reject them. One of the puppies inside a sac could break. We just had that recently. We think one of the puppies, the sac could break, which will cause the puppy to die, and the puppy dies inside the mom. The mom will die within like a day or 2 from sepsis. She'll go into infection, and the puppy will kill all the puppies and her. So now the mom's natural defense is to reject that puppy, but sometimes it rejects the whole litter. So we just had a litter like that 2 weeks before they're supposed to be born. The mom rejected the whole litter. They all came out dead, of course, and super sad, and we have no clue why. And just like people have bad pregnancies and premature, there's never, I mean, sometimes you know, but sometimes you don't know. Just your body did that. We don't really know why. We had this stuff happen to us, and I don't really like, cry about it online, but we had the early pregnancy happen. We had puppies come out with a partner sick because the mom was sick, and all these things. So there's a lot of bad things happen, and I blame myself on these things. Now the mom that had the puppies early, I have no clue why, but I'm still gonna blame myself because can't blame the dog, and maybe there's something I could have done different, and I need to try to analyze the situation and see what I could have done different. Also, you have the reabsorbing factor, and that happens too, and it normally happens when at the early stages of pregnancy. Like I actually don't know the exact number, and if you know the exact number, you can tell me. Normally, I'd say between day 0 and 40. And like, let's say like, sometimes it happens like at day 30, you can confirm via ultrasound that your female is pregnant. And then at day 50, there's no puppies in there, and she got smaller. Because sometimes if there's a problem with the puppies and or the mom is stressed, unhealthy, certain things happen, there'll come a bunch of things, the mom will reabsorb the puppies and they'll just go disappear. It's called reabsorbing. So that's a problem too. So yes, there's reasons on why it happens, stress, unhealthiness for the dog, and sometimes it just happens. I've had it happen, we don't know why, and then we breed the girl next time and she takes and has 7 puppies. So it's just like people don't understand, or you probably do now, or maybe you don't, but a lot of people don't understand how hard it is to get pregnant. That's why it's a miracle. Like when we have babies, you know, it's a miracle we have babies, because there's so many things that can happen, that can be wrong, all these things, and having a baby is a miracle. And same thing with the dogs. It's like, if you think just put A, B, boom, puppies, it's not. If you have A and you have like Z and you have all these layers in between that make sure everything has to line up, boom, and now you have a puppy. So there's so much to it. That's why I don't recommend breeding dogs unless you love it, unless you understand it, unless you're educated, and you have time and money, all those things that cost a lot, you know. And that's why people ask, like, why the dog's so expensive? Because to do this right, to have a nice facility for the dogs, to make sure the dogs live right, eat right, and have everything, and to have enough money so we can keep on producing dogs, it takes a lot of money, and that's why the dogs cost a lot. To get a quality dog treated right and everything done right. People ask me all the time, is like, oh, should I give my dog something different when she's pregnant? Me personally, I don't. I don't give my dog anything different when she's pregnant. She should have been getting the most like healthy, nutritional kind of diet and lifestyle as possible, so I try to keep her on that into her pregnancy. I don't do any of the pills, I don't do any of the folic acid, I just don't do it. I have very good success with what I do, so if you do that and you have good success with it, keep doing it. But I stick to success, and I think what I'm doing is really, really good. Nutritionally wise, I am over the top with nutrition on my dogs, so I don't think my female needs anything more when she's pregnant other than a little bit more food, a little bit more rest and calmness. That's all. So we have a litter coming. It is Escobar times Nairobi. Amazing litter, should be. And the reason we paired them together is because Escobar is amazing, obviously, thick, small, short. Nairobi is the same thing, and Nairobi's only flaw is a little bit too much of an underbite, which is a big flaw in English Bulldogs. Escobar has that perfect pushed-in face. We're gonna fix that. Escobar, his only flaw, I would say, is his stance, and that's an opinion thing. Like if you want more of this stance or you want more of this stance. I don't like this stance. It's stupid to me. I'll go on record saying that it's stupid, unhealthy, and bad for dogs. Nairobi has a little bit of this stance, which is great, and Escobar doesn't. So we're gonna fix Nairobi's face and give the puppies this stance. Nairobi is a stacked female as far as like body thickness, small, mini. So I can tell you right now, I'm guaranteeing keeping at least 1 puppy, maybe 2 or 3 from this litter. And I'm praying everything goes well. I'm doing everything I can, making sure she's healthy, everything's good, and I hope it works out. So this is Nairobi. She's very scared up here. I'm gonna try to get her to be normal. She is about 35 days in now, just starting to show, and she's a little tank, okay? She has a little bit too much of an underbite here, which is like not really a flaw, but stand, baby. It's not really a flaw, but it is a flaw, you know? Like, because people don't like it as much. Come on, sorry, baby. People don't like it as much, but it's a normal English Bulldog thing. But to make her better and make the production better, we're gonna put her with Escobar, who has the best face possible. She has a great stance, great body. So stand, baby. I'll let her stand. She's a little block, a little brick house. Come on. Come on, baby. She's also very nervous. And then her attitude has changed since she's been pregnant, where she's a lot more like reserved and quiet. She's a very nice, like, to be honest with you, this dog is the nicest dog, one of the nicest dogs we have. I know we say that, but like, zero aggression, super nice, plays all day with everything. And the last 2 weeks, I'm trying to get her to stand. The last 2 weeks, stand up, baby. The last 2 weeks she won't play because she's just pregnant or hormones, all that stuff. But she's awesome. I like to see her stand. I like to get her to stand up. But yeah, you can see she's just a tank. Escobar is, we're just showing him off. There's no real reason to put up here. You guys have seen him a ton of times. He's the man. Straight, crazy back. Nice and not too short, but still short. Bone. Who's bigger? Him or me? He has a bigger wrist. No underbite. Like still has a little underbite if you reach in there, but as every bulldog does, but no visible underbite. And crazy rope, huge round head. Doesn't get better. Like this is, my opinion, the perfect bulldog. Attitude-wise, health, he's amazing. Runs around, still functional for being as thick as he is. Still breathes good, but it's just, I just love the boy. He's amazing, right? Right, Esky? You're my boy. And this matchup, on paper, looking at both of them, is going to be one of the best bull litters we ever dropped. So definitely excited about that. Get some stuff on him here, and let's see how it goes, right, Esky? So we have 3 Escobar litters here on from different moms, and then we have other ones, obviously older, but this is one of them. This is Milkman. He's gonna be staying with us. Absolutely gorgeous boy, and I love him. He's very short-backed, great huge head, rope. Just hoping the bone develops, but he's awesome. Then we have this boy. I don't know what we should call him, and I honestly am thinking about keeping him too. Again, just great structured, nice everything, bone, head, awesome. You know, and I always like say it, but this is like, it just goes to show how, and that's what you want to look for when you look for a stud, is how consistent they are at producing. You know, this is 3 layers. It's not like we're hand picking them, just the last 3 layers, and all of the puppies are amazing, you know, like, and they're all off Escobar. Now, all of our studs have been producing amazing, but just goes to show, like we're talking about Escobar, proof's in the pudding, he's killing it, and just producing great structured dogs. Now, a lot of people like to pick their dogs based on colors and stuff like that, and I totally understand that. If you are picking a dog for a pet only, and you want a specific color, I totally understand, but still, the most important thing is the health and the structure and the temperament. Those 3 things, super important, and then the color are 4th. By far, by a landslide, color is way down the list compared to health, structure, and temperament. That being said, these 2 boys, all the puppies I've showed you, but these 2 boys are crazy good, structured, and I believe health and temperament, because just going off of previous history, they will be. He's biting me. Temperament's not so good, he's biting my arm. But the Milkman's awesome, we're keeping him. I'm most likely gonna keep this fawn boy too. These are studs right here, future studs. Now, going to the stud game, when you are looking to get a stud, whether you want to get one for yourself as far as like just get the semen in, or you want to get a stud dog for yourself to use for your program and possibly stud out. Now, even more critical too, like people are like, oh, I gotta try stud. Like, okay, does he look good? Like, does he have good structure? Does he have good health, good temperament? That's what I care about first, you know? So a lot of people are like, oh, this boy's a fawn. Who cares if he's a fawn? Like, what can he produce? Like, what colors can he produce? I don't care. I know what he can produce. He can produce blue and tri, but again, I just don't care. I want super structured, small, healthy, nice dogs. That's what I want. And me using the Esquire lines, that's what I'm gonna get, statistically speaking. And then looking at these boys, they are absolutely gorgeous. Like, I don't know if you can see how nice they are. Like, this is Milkman. Milkman is another level, like very short backed and stuff. And then crazy nice head. They can't really stand that well. I mean, they can stand, but they're not good standers right now because they just turned 5 weeks 2 days ago. But Milkman's awesome. Hey, in the comments below, let's come up with a name of this boy. Someone said Butler because he's gonna be serving up that whatever, but I don't know about Butler. But let's come up with some good names for them. But I like these boys. They're so cute, right? Let's put them away because they're a little scared, and I'll continue to talk about them. So that's Milkman and, I don't know, Milkman's brother. And they're awesome, I love them. Like I said, I'm keeping them both, Milkman and the brother. Most likely I'll keep the brother. We have to come up with a name for him, so please, like I said, comment below. And make sure, if you're not already, make sure you follow us, click subscribe, click the bell so you get alerts when we put stuff. So for example, like, if whether you're interested in a puppy, not interested in a puppy, or you want to know information and you click that bell, now you're gonna get first alerts and you're gonna be able to see, okay, he's announced his puppy. Because I haven't really announced like that brown puppy, Milkman's brother, that I would maybe part with him. I might part with him, I'm not sure. It'd have to be the right person, the right kind of thing, but I have no problem keeping them because I have space and I like them, and I love Escobar puppies. Right here is an Escobar son. He's gonna be going to Canada, and we're gonna deliver him. Guys, please, we're gonna deliver him this week in Orlando on the 15th, and to his new family, and we'll record that. But he is just absolutely gorgeous. We call him Big. Well, they named him Biggie. The kids named him Biggie. That they're getting from his food on his nose. But yeah, he's gorgeous. This is Escobar son, crazy bone, rope, blue eyes. He's just so pretty. Right, Biggie? This right here is another Escobar child. What's up, baby? It is a female, and from a different litter, different mom. But again, like, I love showing off Escobar. Stand right, baby. Showing off Escobar's production, especially from multiple litters. You get to see how consistent he is. Like, this is she's 8 weeks old tomorrow. The other one we showed, I think, is like 16 weeks old, way bigger. But this girl right here, still same thing. Crazy good bone and rolls, super big head and rope, absolutely gorgeous, great structure. And this is a female. Like, this female is amazing, maybe even better than that boy because she looks like a boy, but she's not a boy. You know, she should have a smaller head and thinner bone being a female, but just shows how like solid Escobar's lines are. So as far as the build out goes, I get concerned that you don't want to hear as much about it because I know some of it's semi-boring and some people like it, some people don't. Let me know what you think about the build outs as far as me talking about what we're doing and why we're doing it. So put in comments below if you think you like it or you want to see more of it or less of it or it's boring or whatever and how I can make it better. Again, love the input. I also love talking about the build out because it helps you as a pet owner, as a breeder, as whatever you are, be a better for your dog because you understand what I'm doing, you see the ideas, and you're like, okay, I can take that little piece and put it into my house, you know, and that will make it better because I know not everyone has like a big facility like me, but like if I'm showing you something that this is dangerous and you see, oh, that is dangerous, I gotta take that out of my house, or I gotta make this door better, or this safer for my pup, that is great. So that's why I talk about my build out and what we're doing. So for the build out, we have the other wall, the short wall of stalls to make, and it's not necessary because I don't really need them, but my OCD, I just need to see it done. It's gonna look complete with that sidewall done. Also, I can't do the epoxy floors, which are very expensive. You're gonna see them coming soon. Without all that concrete work done, because it requires screws into the ground, it would ruin the new epoxy floor for like the showroom area if we have epoxy floor there and then we have to put forms up and build more walls and more construction. So the epoxy flooring is getting started on the 14th of this month, November 14th, and we had to get all the main construction, the forms up, and the walls poured and everything so we don't ruin the floors when they get done. And the floors are gonna be done now. We're on pace. We finished the hard structure of the walls, so we're good now. And that's why I had to rush to get that section done because I already had an appointment for the floors and I want that done so we can seal everything off. And you know, I'm OCD and crazy and I like everything done fast, but I like it done fast and I like it done good. So definitely not cheap. If you know where that's from, let me know. But so we started on the walls, and Aaron from Florida Coast Naturals, my builder, amazing, like crazy good builder, can build anything. And I was looking for a concrete guy. We couldn't find one, so Aaron's like, hey, why don't I just build them? You saw them do the last one, and you pay attention to how stuff's done, and I can build for him. So I'm like, so he's like, let's do it. So I said, of course, I said yes. And long story short, it's done better than the first time by real concrete guys. And me and Aaron aren't real concrete guys, but we got it done. super, super, super nice. And we did everything the Best Bull style, you know, framed it up properly, put overkill in the rebar size. I think we used 5/8 rebar, which is crazy, crazy, crazy overkill. The walls, you can't even drive it. You couldn't drive a truck through these walls. You would total your truck. And think about every little aspect and playing everything out. And at the same time, I don't really know that much about this, but I'm just going off of what I'm just trying my best. And spent a lot of work. Me and Aaron have been getting it done. Aaron's an amazing builder, so it worked out great that he was able to draw everything up. And then, you know, we put in the rebar, had to take apart the walls. It's just been so much work, and then trying to meet the deadline. Like literally, I'm on Halloween. You'll see right here, and I'm out partying. I'm out at 3 or 2 a.m. It was out there working, pouring concrete, so Aaron can come the next day and still have and we could be on pace for where he needs to, you know, take this part off and do that, you know. So I'm literally working anytime, all the time to get the stuff done. And but it's been fun, you know. I'm learning how to do the concrete, and we're doing everything, you know, to the best we can, you know, and obviously overkilling everything, because I like to do that with everything, just to make sure everything's overdone, because I rather be overdone than underdone. As far as you know, we had to build up the floor because it was too hard to cut into the floor, so we had to build up the floor just like we're making a custom bathroom, and then make the drains so everything works right. We're doing the walls like this out of solid concrete, and then sealing it with epoxy for structural integrity. And it's gonna make it so it's strong, there's no give in there. Yes, you could form it up. I know someone said this, you could form it up out of wood and put stuff over it, but wood, if any moisture gets in there, will expand and it'll break, and it's not as long term. You can't tell me that a formed up wood wall with tile over it is gonna be as good as this solid concrete 3.5 inch wall. This 3.5 inch wall will be, it's gonna outlast me. And then epoxy and everything. So now I can spray everything off and keep everything clean. So this is the final stages of the Best Bulls stalls, pens. So we have the 13 on one side. We have these 5 here. Now these 5, this is Aaron, or Aaron, is how some people like to pronounce it. And he's the owner of Florida Coast Naturals. And he is our head, foreman, contractor, whatever he is, okay? He runs the show here. So he's stuccoing right now. These stalls right here are the final 5. More than 5 though, because we have, enough. We have the huge one right here, which is gonna be for puppies, whelping area, and could be for a couple dogs. We have these ones too, that can be for 1, 2, 3 dogs. I like to keep the dogs in 2s, just because I don't want them in by themselves solitary. I don't like that. I don't like more than 3, because if they team up on each other, it can be a problem. So that's why I like 2. But we also have this stall cut down the middle, and there's gonna be a divider that can be taken in and out that will allow us to put single dogs, for example, dogs in heat, males that we don't want to keep together, single dogs, maybe dogs that come that need to be isolated. So we have the singles is available too. And you might think it looks small, but actually this is 28 inches on either side. I think it's 26, so which is bigger than most pens. And then they all have the 9-foot area out there. So we can cut this in half. And you have one stall here, one stall there. We also have drainage in these new stalls. The drainage is huge. So this floor is built up, so it slides down, slopes down, and goes into the drain, which is now going to go into the outside drainage, the sewage system. So it's really, really nice. So all 3 of these stalls are identical, with the ability to have 2 separate stalls, 2 doggy doors, or just open to 1. And all these stalls are bigger than those stalls. Those stalls are 4 foot inside, or actually 50 inches. These ones are 5 foot. So these ones are another 35% bigger as far as volume inside. So they're a lot bigger. And solid concrete, waterproof, drain. Now we might do drains over there, but the way we had it set up is that we have drainage in these ones, and this is for puppies or dogs that are very badly potty trained. But majority of the time, the dogs, they have outside access, and they're gonna go pee and poop on the outside part because we're gonna have synthetic grass there and everything from the outside of their pens. So we're not gonna really have a lot of pee and poop here. But if there is pee and poop here, these stalls are designed to have a drain. Those ones aren't, but those ones are watertight and they can be cleaned easily. And we can also, I also design those ones that the drain can be installed as well later if we need more. But we probably, now that I like this system so much, we're probably gonna take out of the 13 original ones, we're gonna make 4 of them, 4 more drain stalls. So the stucco is being done. It is hard work, and Aaron's biting the bullet doing it. And then also, we got the door done. Super nice, super nice door. This door makes it easier accessibility outside. This is where the lights are gonna be for the fans and the, you can see if you step outside here, for the fans and the lights, the switches for everything out here where all the pens are gonna be. There's one of the first fans installed. But with all that stuff going in, so then you walk out here, now we're out here, you have pens here, walkway here on the edge, fans above us, lights, LED lights, everything. So it's a lot of work. I mean, even like, for example, the door, people don't really understand, like just installing a door done right on a metal building is a full day of friggin' work, you know, like not for me, for Aaron. For me, it'd be 3 days. For Aaron, it's 1 day. So these right here, as simple as they look, are definitely not, are next level doggy doors. So these are doggy doors, and I'll show you. Stop. So with dogs, like I always say, you have to minimize risk. You have to do and you have to take everything into account because dogs are different. So dogs, if you give them an edge, they'll chew on it, especially bulldogs. So this right here is their doggy door. Needs flaps, like you call them, like the thicker rubber flaps, whatever, so the air doesn't come in and out as easy. But you could do it here, but if they have the ability to chew on this edge, which they will, and this is concrete board and then wood here, they'll gnaw that away. And on top of it being bad for them and unhealthy for them, which I don't want, it's also going to ruin the whole structure by biting into this epoxy. It's gonna allow moisture in, which is gonna eventually start to ruin the whole wall. So, doggy doors. So these doggy doors are custom made to slide right in, and they will be epoxied in, sealed, caulked in as well, so no moisture again, and they go all the way through. Here on the outside, so if the dogs were to try to bite this edge, it doesn't really get it. It doesn't hurt the structure, so it works out really well. And it would just scratch the paint, which is not a problem. And then here as well too, they can't bite there. So we have that. They might bite this edge here, but it's metal, so it's not gonna be a problem. Now, I have this designed because a lot of doggy doors, these are very expensive by the way, but a lot of doggy doors, they can be expensive, you know, $300-400, and then they fall apart. They're not made to last, you know? These ones are. So, hold on, let me see if I can get this. There we go. So we have 2 of the hinges in there. These are like the double side hit, they go both ways, these hinges. And we're going to bore little holes out and make it so we can connect the mat on either side. So we have 2 of them. So one for the inside, one for the outside. So look here, I have this one as well. So it makes it so double air security, so the air is not flowing in and out. And we keep the AC in, keep the hot air out. It's welded on there, so we can just unscrew the flap when it gets ruined, and then put a new flap on. So it makes it so this is a forever piece. Then we have the slide-in slat, so we can slide in the door, and or a solid door wall. So if we want to keep the dogs in or keep dogs out, that makes it gives us the ability too. We also have the bottom where it sits down in that groove, so if a dog was inside, it can't lift it up. And like it's not even about lifting it up. What if a dog lifts it up and tries to get through and then gets stuck in there and then freaks out and dies, or gets out on a super hot day and overheats and dies? Like, so these are all, I always think extreme, so I had to have this so that it sits down in there, dog can't get up. And these are awesome. These are going to last, keep the dog safe, and keep the structure good. So that's there. We have a bunch of them. They're all designed to fit in there, and I'm super happy about this. This is the last piece of the puzzle for the inside structurally to get the dogs working. We still have to get the sidewalls done to set the outside, which is coming. Next episode, I'm gonna have the outside pens built. You guys will see. But this is awesome so far. I'm really happy these. We designed them, and they turned out great. So thank you so much. Me and Milkman are super appreciative of your support. Make sure you give us a like, comment, follow us on all platforms too. Remember, you can always ask me any questions you want. You can always contact me via cell phone, via email, all those things. Really appreciate your support. I love the feedback. The feedback helps me get better and helps me get better for you. So thanks again. Make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the episodes, and have a great day.